What's up, Jones Bones? It is your girl, Unitedly Random. Today is day number, I believe, 11, but it could be 12. I really need to check this before I start doing these intros. But, yeah, I'm about to go to work for the last day for this week. I just woke up. That is why my voice is how it is, okay? Because I know I usually come out here. My mouth tastes funky, but I usually come out here and I'm a hype. I'm like, let's go. It is what it is. Finally got the knowledge that I needed to set my white balance on my camera, okay? Like, I'm sure y'all been struggling with me seeing the camera change colors every time I get out of the shoot.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Okay, what's up, Jones Bones? Now, let's pause for a minute. Let me know how you guys are doing down below. You know, I don't ask it every single time, but I want to know every single time, okay? Just because I didn't ask you how your day went does not mean that you can't let me know how your day went, okay? So, I am getting ready for work. I already told you guys that I just woke up, so I guess when I just wake up, things move a little bit slower for me. But we're talking about like the TikTok of the day and whatnot. And then we'll really get into the TikTok of the day after, you know, I start washing my face. But more importantly, how have you guys been doing? Today was a slow day for me. I slept pretty much all day. I mean, me and Stu watched some YouTube videos, and he messed with my underarm pimple that I showed you guys a couple days ago. Nothing more came out of it. It's a little bit smaller now. It doesn't hurt anymore, which is good, but it's just a knot there, so I keep messing with it. I had a bad habit of skin picking when I was younger, which I found out is a form of self-harm. Go figure. We're gonna have to talk about that, because if you're one of those skin pickers, I mean, it is a show of anxiety, but it is also a form of self-harm in some cases. And I'm wondering how much I was actually doing something that was detrimental to my health, and just saying, I was just curious, okay? Oh, it's 11:11:11. Get off my phone. It is the start of something new. I go to work at 11:30, boo. Oh, so let me go ahead and hurry up. Wash my face. Yeah. So y'all go ahead and watch this TikTok while I'm washing my face.
Fat people, please stay and listen to what I have to say. I just had a very heated discussion with my gynecologist, who I love, by the way. He's amazing. So he's fighting the good fight that, yes, sometimes weight does add to our health problem. And I told him, yeah, no one knows that better than fat people. We know. And I said, you know, the hardest thing for me is to go into a doctor's office with a hand tumor and they say it's probably because you're fat. That's what I'm talking about. Or I'm doing all the right stuff as a fat person and I still feel sick. And he said most physicians are working off of Occam's razor. And I said, what the fuck is Occam's razor? Occam's razor is when a doctor has all of these symptoms and they pinpoint it into one thing. So you have a stuffy nose, fever, chills, sore throat, all that. You have the flu. So for the last however many years, they've been using the same equation on obesity. So you go in and you're having mental health issues, anxiety, depression, you don't feel good, you're having gastrointestinal issues, all those things. Well, you're 300 pounds. What do you expect? So all of the things that are wrong with you is because you're obese. So they've been using Occam's razor as an excuse, kind of, to not treat the real reasons for obesity. Or they just have no idea what they're doing. But what fat people have been screaming to the sky for the last however many years, but because our social worth is in the fucking toilet, nobody listens. There are all these other reasons that we're fat. For me, Occam's razor doesn't work. When I finally justified all the shit I do right as a fat person, which pissed me off even more, he finally shut up and sat back. And he said, something's different. Yeah, I've only been saying something has been different my entire life. Because they're using Occam's razor, this theory of symptoms equaling one thing, which it usually does, to treat obesity. So instead of ADHD, PCOS, PTSD, anxiety, depression, eating disorders. Instead of all those things causing obesity, obesity causes all those things. Occam's motherfucking razor is the reason why fat people cannot get the medical help that they need. And I'm pretty sure that's why black people and people of color can't get the help they need. Because, you got high blood pressure because you're black. Whatever, because you're black. Whatever, because you're fat. Where Occam at? Occam!
Okay, so a little bit of a rundown. This video is talking about doctors and how when doctors see a fat patient, what do they think? Girl, all your problems will be solved if you lose weight. And it brings me back to how that kind of affected me when I was younger. When I was younger, I was not too big. Like when I was in high school, I was not big. I've never really been bullied about my size. People have been like, oh, you're weird. I don't really like you. And they have hated on me for like no reasons that I know. As I grow up, I'm starting to realize that most of those girls that were really bullying me were of darker complexion. And I'm starting to kind of realize that maybe it wasn't even me. You know what I'm saying? How they used to say that the bully who bullies you, they're having their own tough time. It don't really feel like that when you're getting bullied. It doesn't really feel like that when they're jumping you to get into gangs and whatnot. It doesn't really feel like that when people just make it their inner sport to hate on you, right? But I'm starting to realize as an adult, yeah, it might have actually been something. I never thought that I was better than anyone. I never treated anyone badly, but people just didn't like me. And the only thing I had going for me is, one, my brother was a teacher at the school. Two, I had really big boobs. And three, I think the teachers was, oh yeah, she's kind of smart, Some of the teachers probably bragged on me. I don't know why, but they bragged on me a little bit. And then four, I don't know, I just had a hard time connecting with people. And I think it has something to do with how in the 4th grade, I didn't go to school. Y'all, I did not go to school the 4th grade. My mom just took me out and I did nothing for a whole year. But I still popped back. 5th grade was getting all the good grades, Especially because the teacher was using the workbook that I was using. When I was in the 4th grade, I was working out of a 5th grade workbook by myself, and I didn't do anything. I didn't do science. I didn't do anything but read, and I did a little math, but I mostly read. So that's a little background on that. I got a lot of stories that I start but never stop. But anyway, going back to doctors, that's something that doctors have always told me to do, like lose weight. When I was in middle school, I wasn't big. I wasn't big at all. And when I got to high school, I was pretty small-ish. I didn't have anything really going for me, like body-wise. I haven't been bodying it for a while, but I'd always have like a little pouch at my tummy. Now my little pouch has gotten into a little big pouch now, but I always have a little pouch down there. And other than that, no fat on the sides. You could really see my bones. But my doctor was like, you need to lose weight, because according to the, that scale that doctors like to put people on, I'm not talking about the scale you step up on, but I'm talking about your height to weight scale. She was like, oh, according to this, you're overweight. My doctor would not even think for a moment that, hey, you have abnormally large breastises, okay? Now, my reasoning for that is because I've actually went to a doctor about these, and my doctor was like, oh, I'd be able to take 12 pounds off of each of them. So at that point, I was about... at that point, when I first went to the doctor, I was like 182. And my doctor was like, yeah, you're big. You need to lose weight. You need to be like at 170 or 165 is where I want you to be. Like, you're big. And the way she made it sound like, oh, you're so big, you got to lose weight, which really messed me up. So it started a little bit of an eating disorder within me. I'm not sure if I should have said trigger warning before I started talking about this, but yeah, it started a little bit of an eating disorder within me where I just stopped eating. It made me feel very disgusted within myself, and I think being bigger wasn't necessarily something that really affected me growing up, but it turned into poison, the doctor's words. And next thing you know, a month later, from like just not eating, I lost a lot of weight, and the doctor still was not satisfied. Like, I had absolutely no fat on my stomach, but my doctor was looking at the scale, and she said, oh, you need to lose more weight, because if you lose more weight, you'll lose the boobs that you want to lose. I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna have to get a reduction for that. I don't think that my boobs are fat because I'm fat. My boobs are just big. You know what I'm saying? But my doctor kept saying, well, if you lose weight, you'll lose the boobs. And it's just like, what else weight do you want me to lose, woman? So, given that I lost the weight by starving myself, the doctor was completely no help. And once I lost the weight, she kept pushing me to lose more weight. I just kind of lost it. I just lost it. And then from then on, I was like, if my stomach doesn't stick out more than my boobs, I'm okay. You know, that was my mentality. And so when I started gaining weight, I was like, my stomach, if I look down, all I see is boobs. Even now, if I look down, all I see is boobs. I am 200, and I think about 60 pounds, 60, give or take, not even give or take 5 pounds, give or take 3 pounds. Like, I'm either 157 or I'm 163, okay? Like, I'm around that part. And I do want to lose weight because it's not about my stomach being bigger than my boobs now. It's more about my sides are starting to get a little pudgier, okay? Which doesn't look as well in certain clothes. Like, I like a chubby girl, but I feel like my body isn't set up to be the cute chubby that I want it to be. Now, so I just thought that was interesting to share with you guys, and I hope if you guys have anything to say on it, if you guys have seen something, or have you've ever went to the doctor and you were talking about something and the doctor has just dismissed it as something else, and you're like, no, I don't think that's it, doctor. You know, I truly don't think that that's it, you know. Let me know. One of the cases in which I felt like, oh yeah, doctor, that's not really it, is actually a case in which it was what the doctor said. Well, a little bit of what the doctor said, okay? So when I was in college, I was having a hard time mentally. Like, my mental health was beating me up, spitting me out. And I think this was after I spent a little bit of time in the mental hospital. But I went to a psychologist, okay, so it wasn't the person you go to for therapy. It was the person that you go to give you medicine, okay? And let me tell you, 2 different experiences. You go to one doctor and they're like, let's talk about your feelings. Let me understand what's happening. You go to another doctor and they're just like, hi, take this medicine. They really push the medicine there. They don't really care about what you're feeling or anything like that. They're just like, I don't have time for this. Take this medicine. And it's like, lady, I don't know what medicine you're taking, but you seem to lack care. You seem to lack empathy. You're not very nice, okay? Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, hey, I know it's not therapy, but like, also like, I guess I just want to be understood. And I feel like therapists don't really listen to the story to understand where you're coming from. They're just like, just take this. And I'm like, what is this? And they're just like, it'll help you. If you have panic attacks, take this. And I'm like, what is this? And you know, I didn't even have really bad panic attacks. Like, I probably have moments where I'm very anxious, but not panic. Well, actually, I realized I was having panic attacks. I just wasn't having the panic attacks that you see in Hallmark movies. So that's one thing. But she just was like, look, the reason that you are messed up, and okay, so here it is. One doctor gave me medicine, and when I went to Georgia, like Georgia State, that doctor was like, look, I'm not giving you medicine. What I'm going to do is tell you that you have a vitamin deficiency. Now get out of my office. And I was just like, oh my gosh, Well, it did turn out that I did have a vitamin deficiency, and it was affecting my mood. Having a vitamin D deficiency can make you depressed, okay? And I did not know that, but living in South Korea as a black woman, I was not getting enough vitamin D. That does affect you. So now I know when I go to South Korea, I need to make sure I take vitamin D with me. If we end up going to South Korea again. I think we will. I'm not sure though. I'm not positive, okay? I wish I was. But yeah. Just all of these things are happening in life, and I'm just sitting back and I'm just like, okay, well, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's getting to the end of this. I need to go ahead, brush my teeth, put my clothes on, go to work. I'll see you guys in the morning, okay? Much love and positive vibes. I forgot my other saying that I say at the end of these videos, so you guys know what you guys need to do. Bye.